So tonight on the 22nd of November 2019, I've one or two more uploads that I want to share with regard to being a victim of human rights violations, hate crime, defamation, etc. I think in my written posts and my uploads, I've made it explicitly clear what violations have been occurring and what wrongdoings I've been experiencing. So basically, what the aspect of this upload is would be to discuss how it is as a victim and what supports there are. It's all broadcasted online about victim support for, you know, victims of sexual assault, victims of domestic violence and whatnot. In the past 2 years, I've contacted the relevant groups and agencies as a safety measure for myself and others that I would be concerned about. And the acknowledgement I've gotten has been not within their remit, not able to help, not able to provide legal advice, etc. For the guards, access guards, VCO guards, victims of crime office, to ignore the situation that I'm experiencing, that they have been alerted to since up to a few years ago, since I was sexually assaulted, and up to recently again as well, since the culprits campaigned quite effectively, I must say, with very, very serious defamatory statements, very serious violations of privacy, and very serious assaults of my human rights. So they're all very aware of the circumstances, and as a victim of crime, victim of hate crime, victim of sexual assault, victim of marital desertion, especially with property involved, the circumstances I'm in at the moment as a woman on my own, isolated, undermined, excluded in society simply due to a pathetic propaganda campaign of social influencers trying to send out a message that is completely false. The lies have been dangerous, the violations have been very harmful, the assaults have caused tremendous trauma for others, just not myself, but for others involved as well. Um, and guards that are aware of this have ignored that, and they've ignored many incidents that they have said they would follow up on and that they haven't even called me back about. So on the 22nd of November, knowing the circumstances that are happening, I'm wondering, is Charlie Flanagan, Department of Justice Minister, aware of the threat in society when this is happening? Not just to me, but to other women and other citizens. I've contacted Charlie Flanagan's office, the Department of Justice. I have not gotten an acknowledgement or a call back. I've contacted victim support groups. I've not gotten an acknowledgement. So I'm just wondering, what kind of a society is this, to be victimizing a victim, to be wronging an innocent woman, to be violating an adult qualified professional, to be abusing a respectful individual, and to be exploiting from gains of spiritual, bodily integrity violations. So tonight, as a victim of violations and harassment and defamation, I'm wondering, what conscience have the guards for this kind of a circumstance, and what kind of a conscience would they have for other women, daughters, granddaughters, mothers or wives in circumstances such as my own. The worrying part about it is that the messages sent to, you know, the public about defamatory statements um, have have been completely unfounded, completely unjustifiable, completely inaccurate. The thing about it also is that there's been an obstruction of justice, and when there's no justice, I hope that the guards and government are aware of the consequences when justice is not safeguarded, and when innocent people, such as myself and my significant others, are victimized in circumstances like this. Um, so, the issue of people power and propaganda and defamation and false messages in the media and false messages in the community has been very harmful. And I'm wondering, is it monetary gains that are being prioritised? Are morals out the window, gone, good luck? And is there any such thing as justice anymore? Because everybody's so intent on finding the truth and getting the answers, and wanting to know this answer to that question and whatnot. But if they're not even able to respect the truth or justice, then I wonder how they expect it to work for them at all. So, for the guards tonight and the government and the United Nations and the civil liberty agencies that I have been seeking assistance from, as a victim, that have ignored this, I hope that sooner rather than later there might be a dignified, respectable, conscientious individual professional that has any morals to actually rectify a situation that has caused already a lot of damage and harm, um, to have it salvaged from savages that have just damaged the most innocence of life. So it's a very serious, worrying situation that guards would ignore this kind of violation. Um, so, as a victim, um, and as an individual being isolated and ignored, and being victimized in society after being sexually abused and assaulted in domestic situations, um, I think the victim support groups and the guards in particular and the Department of Justice have a very, very heavy burden of a job badly done, basically. Um, because if there's not going to be any safety for women and families and children and whatnot in society, then it's very worrying what kind of a future there'll be at all.